Welcome to the Third Generation Wrestling Podcast with your hosts, Eric and Rob.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Third Generation Wrestling Podcast, 3GW. This is the final road to Wrestlemania. I'm your host, DaReal Big E, with my co-host, Rob the Ambassador. How you doing, sir?
Doing good, man. Count down the days. Even though the build-up hasn't been that great, it's WrestleMania. Got to be excited about it. If you're a wrestling fan, this is your Super Bowl.
That's right. That's right. We've had bad bills before, but the show turned out to be good. And I think this year they'll be in the actual stadium with fans. Not a full stadium, but with fans. And most importantly, I keep saying it, we'll all be together. And it'll be something special. It'll be history making, even if not so much what they do, but what we do. So looking forward to it. And we are also joined by our special guests this evening. Doc Stevens has graced us with his presence yet again. What's going on, sir?
I am here and ready for action.
Okay. Oh, man. All right. And then, of course, our most frequent guest, MJ Book. What's going on?
Hey, good to be here. Excited to talk about this WrestleMania card, although it seems right now I'm a little more excited that baseball season's getting started.
Yeah, hoping, my White Sox get the damn thing done this year.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
Well, that's why certain teams are on. I wasn't on that podcast you did, but I sent y'all a list anyway of teams list. I hate, and
it was a good list.
Minnesota Twins are definitely on there because they always knock out the White Sox. So
never fails.
All right, well, we are here. Like I said, this is the final Road to WrestleMania episode, part 4. We finally got some matches. It just seems like we went from 0 to 100
real quick.
We had like 2 matches for like weeks, and then all of a sudden last week they just spit out like 8 matches, and they gave us. And I like that they did this. I like that they told us what night the matches were going to be on. We don't have to play that guessing game. And if you're in the Tampa Bay area, or, anywhere you plan on going to Mania, you can think about which night you want to go to. Me personally, I would pick night 2. Night 1 looks okay, but night 2 is the one I'd be more into seeing. So
heavy hitters.
Before we get there, though, just want to announce there was another entrant into the Hall of Fame announced today, and proud to say that the man, the whole damn show, Rob Van Dam is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame.
About damn time.
Yes,
nice.
It is.
I hadn't heard that.
Well,
I had not heard that, man. I'm happy about that.
It's about damn time.
The whole damn show.
One of the greatest of all. Hands down.
Me and Book got to meet him.
Yep. I'm looking at his autograph right now.
It's very well deserved. That man revolutionized wrestling. When I think I saw him for the first time on ECW TV when it was on TNN, and I just immediately, the stuff he was doing I had never seen before, from the Rolling Thunder to the Swift Kick with a steel chair. And obviously his frog splash, I was an Eddie Guerrero guy, but his frog splash, Jesus.
Yeah,
he
man.
could clear if he wanted to in his prime, he could jump out the ring corner to corner if he wanted to. That man was insane. We covered it on one of the books for retrospectives, ECW, One Night Stand, him versus John Cena. That's an epic match. I implore people to go back and check that out. But yes, very well deserved. Very happy for RVD. And That's pretty much it. All I'd say. If anybody else has something to say, go ahead.
If you haven't checked out his matches from ECW, I mean the original ECW, not the TNN version you're talking about, Eric. You got to check out some of those matches. Him and Jerry Lynn, I mean, just classics. So those are the ones you got to check out. And I said Mike and I got the chance to meet him, and the dude couldn't have been a nicer guy. You don't always hear that about wrestlers, but Rob Van Dam stayed to sign every autograph. He was the coolest guy.
That's dope.
I had the pleasure of, like Rob said, meeting RVD right there. He was extremely cool. I was wearing an old school ECW RVD shirt. He looked at it, knew exactly what it was. He's like, "Where'd you get that? They don't make those anymore." I'm like, "I went to a show and got it, man." So I got to watch him in ECW. I got to see him do the corner to corner, smashing Scotty Riggs's nose.
Ooh.
So he destroyed his nose. So Rob Van Dam is truly one of the best to ever do it, and the guy can still go. He can still go. It's at a slightly lesser volume, but he can still go. He's just impressive.
I like it. I never got to see him live, but I do know what I have seen. He's the whole damn show.
No, he's the whole fucking show.
Okay. Okay.
The whole fucking show.
Those are the old ECW days we're talking about.
Yeah, this is ECW. I mean, he had a good WWE career, but it's his ECW career was far supreme.
All right. So, without any further ado, we've got 12 matches as of right now. The record, to my knowledge, was like 16, 17. And that was at WrestleMania 35, which was crazy. So, let's just start with night one, and we'll go to night two. All right. So, just thoughts real quick. Get this shit out the way. Bad Bunny with Damian Priest versus The Miz with John Morrison. Yeah, your WWE champ book is wrestling a
Two-time
Hispanic rapper.
2-time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's a one-on-one
Go
match
ahead.
now, right? Not a tag team.
Yeah, it's one-on-one. Damian Priest and John Morrison are just in the corners. So go ahead, Book. I want to hear your analysis. Tell us how The Miz is going to, steal the show with this bullshit.
What the? I mean, this is what I said was going to happen. I said he was going to end up having to deal with Bad Bunny. This wasn't a shock. Does it piss me off? No, it's what I knew would happen. This is the comedic part of the WWE, the comedic part of WrestleMania. You know it's going to be in there somewhere, and this is it. I mean, this was easily predictable, so I'm not pissed off. I'm not bothered by it. It doesn't change the fact that The Miz did win the WWE Championship, and he's a 2-time WWE Champion and future Hall of Famer. That does not change.
Pump your brakes on that Hall of Fame shit.
If you're going to put R-Truth in there, yes, you could put The Miz in there.
So who's going to win that match, Book?
Well, obviously, The Miz should win it, but for funny's sake, would it be a shock if they somehow decide to make Bunny win it? Would that be a shock? No. I think the fans would like to see The Miz get embarrassed, and that wouldn't shock me, but I think it's better to just have Miz win this. It's stupid when the wrestlers lose to celebrities unless they are a proven athlete. Like Stephen Amell, great athlete, so that's not a bother. But when you add people like a Drew Carey, or people like that, or Snooki, no. We'll just have to see what Bad Bunny.
24.
I think it was 25. We were
25.
at 24. It was
It was
25.
25. Yeah, it was like 25.
That little flip thing she did wasn't too bad.
I mean, Bad Bunny did do that good dive off the top, so he's got something, but come on.
Ooh.
The Miz should win, but it's not going to shock me if Bunny does.
All I foresee for that match is a solid F. I can call it now. So that's my prediction. I don't care who wins. I don't care who loses. It's gonna be an F. Rob or Doc, you got anything to add?
All right, well, look, man, I hate the matchup. But WWE does these things. Usually the celebrity wins these things, I guess, because they just think it's a better look. So if you're putting a gun to my head and I got to predict something, I would say Bad Bunny wins, but it won't be impressive. It'll be stupid and goofy, everything we think it's going to be. I'm in agreement with you. That I'm already putting my grade in. It's an F.
I ain't put no grade in yet. Haven't watched the match, so.
As the words of book, it's going to be a shit show. It's going to be a shit show, man. But I think it's going to be a funny match because if our troop don't win the belt tonight, he's definitely going to show up at the match. So it's definitely going to be something funny.
Okay.
That's
if our truth's in it, it definitely will be an F.
Okay. This something is the 24/7 title up in this match, or what did I miss?
Oh, it's always up.
Oh, Bad Bunny's the 24/7 champion.
Yeah, Bad Bunny 24/7 champ.
Now, when did that happen? Because he gave it up to our truth a couple of weeks ago. Did that just happen tonight?
Oh,
you're right. He did. Yeah, he did last week. You're right.
Yeah, but Bad Bunny's not 24/7 champ no more. Our truth is the 52nd time.
52nd time.
Oh, who cares about the stupid?
Hey,
who
he's
the
going
hell
into the
cares?
Hall of Fame. He's been champion more time than Miz.
For a worthless belt that nobody will remember.
So let's scratch that. It's still gonna be a horrible match. It'll be some. I don't know. It'll be a horrible match. Damian Priest and he's gonna get involved some way. Morrison. I'm not gonna give a grade yet, but we already know what it's gonna be.
All right. Well, I'm gonna throw to you, Rob, because I know this one is gonna poke you the wrong way. Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman. I don't know if there's a stipulation for this yet. Steel cage match. Oh, there you go. So I knew it had to be something. He got to jump off something. So there you go.
Yeah. I would have thought Hell in a Cell.
I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one. Braun will win, but Shane will fall off the cage onto the announce table or something. He'll kill himself. He'll do a coast to coast from to the other end, top of the cage. It'll be something stupid, like Shane always does. But Braun will win.
He'll kill himself.
Go ahead, Doc.
I wasn't ready for that though. I think it'll be a pretty decent match. Shane do put on good matches though. Like just the way he just really gets beat up and thrown through stuff. I look forward to seeing that at WrestleMania. So yeah.
Okay.
We do tease Shane at the fact that he does dive off stuff, but the fact of the matter is, Doc just said it. He's not a bad wrestler. So, I mean, he's not that bad of a wrestler. I mean, we'd rather see him than his old man. So, do I think it's going to be a good match? It'll be a suicidal match. It'll be a crazy match. Probably middle road, maybe B type of a match. At the end of the day, though, I still feel sorry for Braun. He has been a joke. His career with the WWE has been an absolute joke. And I don't know when his contract is up, but whenever it is, he needs to leave. He needs to leave and go somewhere where he can be appreciated. Because WWE does not appreciate him, and they don't give a damn about it.
Shane is an okay wrestler until he starts doing those punches.
Oh, the punches are bad. The punches are
terrible. Outside of that, I think the one match I can look to was the one he had with AJ. And the one he had with Kurt Angle, which I still want to do a retro on. So, moving right along. Speaking of AJ, we got the New Day versus Omos and Mr. Styles. I I didn't really see this being what AJ was gonna do. I think we all were hoping that Triple H would dust off the boots and step in the ring with the phenomenal one, the GOAT, the greatest wrestler going today.
Nope, with no belts.
Excuse me.
Nothing, sir.
Okay, that's what I thought.
No
So we got this tag match. I'm only concerned with Omos. We haven't seen him wrestle. I don't want some, big time botch to ruin it. We're not worried about AJ, Kofi, and Xavier. I'm worried about Omos. Realistically, they booked him good until lately. Like I think it was last week they had him saying his favorite color was mauve or some shit. That was kind of stupid. Outside of that, I thought he looked like the tyrant from Resident Evil, indestructible, could walk through a wall, and that's how they should book him. If anything, this should be a way for him and AJ to win the tag titles and hold on to them. And I don't know what happens after that, but yeah, I think it'll be entertaining to say the least. Doc, what do you think? Because you look like a moss.
Every time I try to walk this straight Christian road, you always come. I don't know, man. I really feel like what's his name? Old ass? Amal?
Old ass.
Old ass. Oh my god.
Old ass, whatever his name is. I feel like he gonna be like another great Khali. I can't deal with it. AJ gonna make him look good.
Wait. He ain't got great Khali knees. He could have been his leg.
Careful, that's a Hall of Famer.
Man, Great Khali walked like
a Hall of Famer that can't
That's
walk.
a Hall of Famer.
He could not bend his knees.
Whether
his knees don't be.
Whether he deserves that Hall of Fame, whatever, but that's a Hall of Famer. So that you just said he's gonna have a great career.
I guess.
I don't see it. But the funny part is he might be one of them big old athletic dudes. He might get to flying across the ring. So we never know. But I'm not looking forward to it.
He can't fly across the ring. He covers half of it. He's 7-something. He about as big as you.
That's a big dude, man. Yeah, it's a big dude. But I think it'll be just because of who's in it, I think it'll be a pretty decent match.
I don't even care about this match. I just don't care. This is further proof that the tag titles are nothing but shit, and this match is proving that they don't give a damn. The belts aren't worthy of anything. This is just a thrown together match. Who cares? And I'm sure there'll be some good movement. I'm not saying this will be an F, but who the hell cares? I don't care. I hope this is just. I would love for this to be the first match just to get it over with. I just don't care to see this stupid match. There's nobody I can really root for. I like AJ, but I just don't care. It's just I feel bad for the tag titles because this is just once again another line of those belts getting ruined. So I don't care.
Key to this whole thing is Omos. Can he wrestle? Can he not wrestle? If he's a halfway decent wrestler, the match should be entertaining, and they might even put the belts on AJ and Omos. I just don't know if I have confidence in it. I'm nervous about it, but at the same time curious because Omos is a big dude, and if he even has decent skills, I mean, man, there's a lot they could do with him.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, hopefully he won't be around a bunch of ninjas. Wasn't that him back last year around all the ninjas?
Yeah, we all thought he was.
Yeah, that was him.
Wasn't that him?
That was him.
Yeah.
That was him. Yeah.
Not the ninjas.
Him and Akira Tozawa. Yeah. All
That's
right,
hilarious.
Rob. So throwing to you. This is a big time match. I think this could close night one potentially. I think maybe another match will though. But Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I know between the four of us here, this is kind of one you've had your eye on for the longest. So just go ahead, man.
Well, this is probably the one match on the card I'm looking the most forward to. It's the one for me that's the hardest to predict, but I don't like that SmackDown has gone out of their way to make Sasha the heel in all of this, because now it gives me the impression that they'll go ahead and let Bianca win, which I wouldn't be mad about, but I would be more intrigued by the match if you just left their characters as they were, get them both into Mania as faces, and then let them go at it. I think this has the potential to steal the show. If I have to make a prediction, I'm going to say Bianca, but at the same time, it'd be nice to see Sasha have a decent run.
I agree with Rob. It would be nice to see Sasha have a decent run, but Bianca, they gave her a nice push. She been showing up since she came to the main roster, but is she big show WrestleMania ready though? Like, is she that WrestleMania moment? Is she? Maybe she need. I think she need another year, and maybe not a year. Maybe she's not WrestleMania ready, but I don't know, SummerSlam or something. But WrestleMania big, I don't think she's ready yet. So I think Sasha gonna hold it.
This has a chance to be best match of night one, definitely, and possibly of both nights. This has that opportunity. I'm afraid of what they'll do, because they might screw it up, because they've kind of screwed it up a little bit, just as Rob said, by pushing Sasha to be the heel, even though you knew that was coming. But they should have just left this two faces. That would have made it a little better, because as soon as you turn her heel, I'm immediately thinking Bianca's going to win. So it kind of takes away the specialness of the match.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we just did a podcast on my show, and we talked about Warrior and Hogan, two faces facing each other. Brett and Shawn, two faces facing each other. Matches like that are rare, and you put those at a WrestleMania, and this was going to be that match, and they screwed it up. So I'm kind of worried how much more they're going to screw this match up. Hopefully no more damage will be done, but I do think Bianca now is pretty much set to win.
Okay. Well, I hate to do this.
Oh, geez.
And I'm gonna throw to Rob first. How pissed off would you be if a certain Flair got thrown into this match and we end up with a triple threat?
Okay. I'd be pissed off, but not too pissed off. I'd be pissed off because it should stay. Sasha and Bianca should have this moment. And, you know, look, man, I'm just going to say it. We're all African-American. We're all black on this podcast, and seeing two sisters like that go at it. How often do you see that in a match of this magnitude? Okay, for a world title. It'd be nice if they just kept it that way. But look, man, if you throw Charlotte in there, we know Charlotte can go. So it doesn't, to me, it could still all work out to be a great match. So I wouldn't be mad about it from that standpoint, but I just wish that they could find another option for Charlotte and keep this match intact the way it is right now.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but you know, the actual rumor is that Charlotte will face MJ Book's favorite, Ding Dong.
Yeah, I heard about
Old
that.
Bailey.
I heard about that.
I think that'd be fantastic.
Only if Bailey wins. Only if Bailey wins.
Match.
Only if Bailey wins.
I think
I'd
Bailey
be good
could
with
win
that.
I think they could see. I could see them putting her over. I really could, because
Only
at the end of the day, I think I had to admit last year she surprised a lot of people. She really got over with that heel gimmick, and her in-ring got 10 times better. She found out how to use psychology in her matches, and I think that's one of the hardest things to do as a wrestler. is just like slow down and really get people invested emotionally in what everything that you're doing. And she was able to do that.
Welcome to the Bailey
in
Zone.
more ways than one. In more ways than one. She hates Michael Cole. I hate Michael Cole.
Oh, there we go.
For that reason alone.
Welcome to the
I
Bailey
like
Zone.
Bailey.
Welcome to the Bailey Zone. It's nice to have you. It's nice to have you.
But yeah, I think that's gonna end up being a match.
Well, I thought they were going to set that up last week on SmackDown. Now, I don't know if Charlotte isn't cleared yet. It didn't happen. But yeah, if that happened, I'd be good with that. And as much as I like Charlotte, Bailey needs it more. Charlotte is established. She's a made woman. She doesn't really need it. And I'm not saying Bailey needs it. She's made too. But I think it would be better for Bailey to get over, because that heel gimmick of hers, like you said, Big E, is so great. You want to keep that going. Charlotte's already established, but Bailey's heel character, you got to keep that going, because you need great heels. There's not too many great heels in wrestling. Bailey is one of the best. You got to keep it alive.
I like that.
Agreed. Your guy over there on Friday nights, that guy facing off against Cesaro.
Oh man.
Yeah. Go ahead.
This is rough. Obviously, I love Seth Rollins. I love this crazy Messiah-like gimmick he's still doing. He's just kind of combined it with Seth freaking Rollins to create this weird version. I still like it, but I love Cesaro, and Cesaro is another one of those guys that's been held down way too long. And Seth, to me, does not need this win. Cesaro does badly, and it would mean the world if Cesaro could get this win. So as much as I love Seth, I gotta root for Cesaro. Cesaro needs this win so damn bad. It's to a point where if he doesn't get this win, just like Braun, I don't know how long his contract is, he needs to leave. He just needs to leave. He's got way too much talent to be a mid-card wrestler. He's not a mid-card. He's got too much talent. Plus, he can get the crowd's attention. He's not a mid-card wrestler. He's a main eventer. So I got to root for Cesaro.
Book said it perfectly. As much as I like Seth is from Davenport, Iowa, about 2.5 hours north of where I live, Des Moines. And I like Seth, but this, you gotta get over in this one. They've been doing good things with Cesaro on SmackDown, building him up enough to get him in this spot. So follow through with it. Once again, I'm going to go back to what I was saying about Charlotte being a made woman. Seth is already a made man. He doesn't need it, but they haven't done right by Cesaro. Now is their opportunity to do that. Don't mess it up. Cesaro needs to get over in this.
Hey, Jolly Green Giant.
I agree. Yo.
Wake up.
Stop watching basketball.
Yeah, man, I agree though. I think it's time for Cesaro to get a title push, honestly. Seth had his Monday Night Messiah. He got his Friday Night Savior. It's cool, man. Just go ahead and let Cesaro shine. Give him a title. Let him swing Seth ass to 2 months away and push him out the way. Get Cesaro a title shot. Let's go.
Yeah, he did swing him quite a bit backstage.
Man, that's funny to me.
Yeah,
in dress pants.
Yeah.
Let a man swing you in half a suit.
And he need to swing Seth Rollins into a fucking gym. He looks terrible.
That's the daddy weight, man.
Go look at Seth Rollins when he cashed in Money in the Bank and look at him now.
That's probably those daddy pounds.
That's that daddy weight. Yep.
That's that daddy weight. That's that daddy weight.
Oh yeah.
Stuff got love handles. He don't look like Jericho though, but
he looked like Triple H when Triple H let himself go.
No, not quite like that. Not like that. That was worse.
Oh shit. Okay, and last but not least, Bobby Lashley, the WWE champion, going up against Drew McIntyre. I personally do not want to see Drew win. And this is being totally biased. I want the Hurt Business to stay strong. Bobby Lashley has been in WWE longer than Drew, longer than Kofi, longer than pretty much the last few champions. And he just now getting it. And to give that man 1 month with the championship is the biggest slap and the most disrespectful thing they could possibly do. He gave Kofi Kingston a real decent run with it, but then he lost it in the most childish way possible. Drew was champion 2 times in 2020. I don't need to see him win it again. Yeah, I get it. This time it's going to be in front of fans. I don't care. This is not me saying I don't like Drew. I think Drew checks every single box. But at the same time, I've seen you as champion for the last year. I need Bobby Lashley to hold on to it. And I'm holding out hope personally for maybe at SummerSlam they bring back Brock and we finally get Lashley versus Brock Lesnar.
Ooh.
I know Book hates that match, but these are two legit fighters with legit backgrounds that will tear the house down. There's too much money in Lashley versus Lesnar. It's too much.
You know what? I don't think Book will like him because Book like
Oh man,
The Mandingo fight.
Book like the Mandingo fights.
No,
Oh,
he's the work rate type, which I'm not mad at that. But every now and then, you just gotta you gotta have 2 big bulls just clash, and that's what I want to see. But we're gonna see that with this match. Drew is no slouch. He's legitimately 6'5", and Lashley's at 6'3". But look at him. I mean, he's no slouch either. I'm going with Lashley. That's my prediction. That's my hope that he retains. It's probably not going to happen. I'm probably going to be pissed off about it. But that's what I want to see. Doc, go ahead.
I think it's going to be a good match. I'm pushing for Lashley. I don't know. In my mind, I'm like they're gonna have Drew win, but I'm definitely pushing for Lashley. And I'm not gonna ruin it, but you guys make sure you watch Raw. Yeah, so I definitely have Bobby Lashley. It's gonna be a barn burner.
Tough one to predict, but look, man, since Bobby won the title, they haven't really, to me, made him look strong.
Right.
He's only had 2 title defenses that I can recall. One was against The Miz, which we already knew he was going to win. And then last week on Raw, he fought Sheamus, who the previous night at Fastlane had just had a very, very physical match with McIntyre. So obviously not going to, it was a good match, but, Sheamus isn't going to win. Bobby wasn't even on that pay-per-view, by the way. I mean, how are you a champion, a world champion, but you're not on the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania, which to me shows you right there how much regard they have for Bobby. Sadly, I think Bobby is just a way to give McIntyre a hill to climb at Mania. And I think he'll climb that hill and he'll conquer it. And I think he'll beat Lashley. Like you, Big E, I won't be happy about it because I think Lashley deserves a title run longer than a month. But they just didn't have anything else to do for McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
And so they concocted the story of The Miz winning the title for about a week and then losing it to Lashley. And now Lashley is going to hold it for about a month and give it to McIntyre. That's how I think it's going to work out. To me, it's not good writing and it's not exciting, but that's what I think they're going to do.
Before Book go, I do want to put out there that Sheamus and Lashley match was a freaking good match, though.
It was.
There you go. Come on, Book.
I do not want Bobby Lashley to win. Bobby Lashley is not a WrestleMania main event champion quality. He just
Yes, he is.
He just is not.
Yes, he is.
He can't. I'm not saying
Yes,
he
he is.
can't. I'm not saying he can't be there, but he ain't there yet. He just
Yes,
isn't.
he is.
He's not there yet.
Yes, he is.
This is all for Drew, and Drew deserves his shot and deserves to win it in front of the crowd. He deserves it. This should easily be for Drew. I do not want to see Bobby Lashley in any way, shape, or form win this match, and it would actually kind of piss me off if Bobby does win. Because, like you said, I don't want to see Bobby and Brock. That I'll grade that an F right fucking now. So, but I'm not. It's not that I don't have like for Bobby Lashley. I want the Hurt Business to be for real. I just said, but I've said from the beginning, Bobby Lashley is just holding the belt for the person who's going to really win it. I said that about the Miz too. Whoever it was going to be is just holding it temporarily, and the real champion when WrestleMania is over will be Drew McIntyre, and he's the only one who friggin' deserves it. Sorry, Bobby, but to me, you're just not at that level yet. You can be. Maybe next year you'll be at that level, but not yet.
Well, I disagree with that. Bobby, I think, deserves to be in the main event match. And had they booked Bobby properly, there'd be no question he's a WrestleMania main event worthy. The way they've booked him, though, I kind of see Book's point, but he deserves the spot. I just don't think WWE sees him as a viable champion. I really don't. But he's a viable challenger, but not champion.
Well, I disagree with everything he just said. So I also just saw what happened on Raw, and I'm a little pissed off about that.
Oh, see, now I got a turn.
Yeah,
You might as well just say it.
Yeah, just go ahead.
Just say it, because there's no way I can
we're on the road. All right.
Let's get gut reaction.
So here we go. And they've been teasing the dissension between the Hurt Business. So pretty much Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander pretty much said they were out, they were done, and Bobby Lashley pretty much kicked Shelton Benjamin's ass.
Bye, Bobby. You're not keeping your belt. It's over.
Hey, wait a minute. He still has his advocate. MVP is still in his corner. All this could be for show. All it could be for show. It could be an act. And they could say, hey, they were borrowed from ringside anyway. But MVP is still in Bobby's corner. Don't forget that.
Okay. And I'm hoping, Big E, I'm hoping you're right, because this goes to what I was saying about one of the other, Sasha and Bianca. Why are you trying to make Bobby a heel, or excuse me, a face now? On Raw last week, actually for the past couple of weeks, like you said, we've been seeing the dissension, which to me is making Bobby look like a face. And he's going up against another face in McIntyre. Why are you booking the match that way?
Well, here's the thing. Go ahead.
Sorry, but this should have been the Black Evolution. This should have been at least a year-long thing, and this should have elevated Shelton Benjamin again. This should have elevated Cedric Alexander, and it's obviously elevated Bobby Lashley. MVP was kind of the Ric Flair. I'm just a mouthpiece. I'm just here to, cause some ruckus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really here to wrestle, but it should have elevated Cedric for sure. And, give Shelton Benjamin something to do, give him some character. If these two aren't in the Hurt Business, they're going right back to catering, chasing the stupid ass 24/7 championship. This was the best thing to happen to either one of those two. Look, MVP and Lashley could go on their own and be all right. But I'm sorry, Shelton Benjamin has all the talent in the world, but he has no charisma. And Cedric Alexander has all the talent in the world. He has no height, and Vince don't believe in him. So that's that. Go ahead, Book.
Well, let's just hope this is like you said. Let's hope it's a big swerve that maybe will happen at Mania. But like I said, I don't understand making Bobby look like a face when he should be looking like the biggest, strongest, baddest heel going into this match.
As far as Cedric, yeah, this is the best thing to happen to him. As far as Shelton, world's greatest tag team, Team Angle, I'd say that was still pretty good for him. As far as the Hurt Business, they were a joke from the beginning. Now, the end, they had a decent enough middle, and the end, maybe it's ending too soon, but they were a joke from the beginning. And they never ended up being what they should have been. And as far as being a Black Evolution, I can see that, but not with the talent that they had there. For the simple reason that, Eric, you just said. Shelton doesn't have the charisma. Cedric doesn't have the charisma. There's just no way you can do an evolution. Just say what you want to about some of the folks in there. Triple H. Come on. Randy Orton. Batista. Ric Flair. I mean, they're just oozing all of it. So, no. There's no way the Hurt Business is even remotely close enough to be compared to a Black Evolution. They were the Hurt Business. They weren't even the Nation. So does it suck? Yeah. But as far as the face thing, well, who's to say MVP doesn't turn on Bobby? Right there at WrestleMania, turning on him. And they continue on with their own little group. And then Bobby's going to feud with them. And this will carry over. And then this will be Bobby's.
Will kill every single one of them.
But here's the part. One. But here's the part you would like. Then this carries into next year's Mania. Then he has his true championship reign.
To me, this goes to booking. I agree with what Mike is saying. You know, when you're talking evolution, you're talking 3 Hall of Famers. I know Randy's not there yet, but we all know he's going to be. But to me, if you ask me, despite his lack of charisma, Shelton Benjamin's going to be a Hall of Famer. Bobby Lashley's going to be a Hall of Famer. Cedric, too early to tell. So the talent is there. The booking isn't. They just didn't book these guys properly. And that's how I see it.
I've heard people call them the Black Retribution because they weren't booked right.
Stop it.
I don't agree with that. But the booking was really. But the booking
that
was
is
bad.
Hyperbole.
I don't agree.
Hyperbole.
I don't agree with it, but I have heard it because I think what they're meaning is the booking, which the booking was bad. The booking was bad.
Not even close to as bad as Retribution. Retribution won what 3? Look at the names. Come on, man. Anybody walk around calling themselves slap nuts?
I'm weak.
No, technically nobody's really calling himself slap nuts. There you go.
And he is himself slapjack. I'm slapjack.
Jack, yes.
Slap nuts, armbar, Tattywhacker. This the whole group just.
Yeah. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, let's get on to night 2. Kick it off. All right. I was gonna wait, but I need to get him riled up a little bit. Rob.
Get him right. Oh, I know what you're gonna.
You already know. I don't even have to know what you're gonna say. I'm just gonna start talking on it. Okay. Now, I hate this match. I already know how it's gonna go.
Well, okay. I only have one question.
Okay.
Will it be cinematic or will it be an actual match? That's it. That's all I want to know.
See, I'm not sure because I don't know what type of match it is. As far as I know, it's just Randy versus The Fiend. I don't know if it's been given. Look, if they come up with like a Sister Abigail match or something stupid like that, it'll be cinematic. But if it's just Randy versus Bray, I think we'll get a live match. I mean, you got to remember, we're going to have fans in attendance now. So I don't know if they go the cinematic route with fans in attendance. So I'm going to say it'll be,
they've done it before.
Yeah. I'm going to say, well, you asked me the question. I'm going to say that we get a live match, not cinematic. To me, that still doesn't mean it'll be a good match. The Fiend is going to win. Okay, we know the Fiend. The Burnt Fiend is going to win.
The Burnt Fiend.
The Burnt Fiend.
Yeah, and that's all I can say about it. I don't think it'll be good. I don't think it'll be interesting. Somehow Alexa will be involved. It'll be stupid. Maybe the puppets get involved. I don't know. It'll be bad.
You can't go a single conversation without mentioning the puppets.
I hate those damn puppets. I hate everything about it. I hate
the puppets.
They haven't even
about it.
The puppets gonna get involved.
Okay, so I've said my piece. I'm not gonna dominate the podcast. Somebody else go.
Oh shit!
Oh, shit. He said the puppets gonna get involved.
Well, look. I think it should be a regular match. I don't agree with how the Fiend came back. I thought this was a chance to either you could restore old Bray Wyatt, or you could have the Fiend come back with a different look, maybe dress clean.
He did come back with a different look.
Well, that's not what we wanted.
True. That's true.
He just looks like
It's true.
I don't know. He looks like a badly rendered Swamp Thing. That's what he looks like. It's fucking terrible. And I don't know, man. I was with the Fiend up until this point. I just foresee this being another F. I just foresee it. Obviously, Fiend's gonna win, but I just don't see it being good. I don't have any type of optimism. Nothing. I've got nothing. What are they gonna do? Burn Randy now? He's gonna be all burnt and fucked up too.
They already did. They already did that.
What you think, Doc?
I don't care too much for the match, but anybody know me know I love anything Randy do. But this like the first time I actually said I'm not interested. What can you do? I think it's gonna be a quick match. I say no longer than 10 minutes. I think it's gonna be a quick match, and I'm not interested. This is one of those matches that they could have kept. They could have put on Raw or something.
Oh no!
Man, you got to put that in the skillet and fry it up.
Right. You got to put down a bonfire and melt that shit some.
Yeah.
That's a s'more.
I
not
can't
s'more.
wait for the match. I think it'll actually be entertaining. I can't wait to see Randy Orton and the Fiend face each other. I think it's going to be better than you think.
You got a few weeks to burn that mask.
I'm not burning my mask. I'm not burning this mask. I can't wait for the match. I think y'all are being a little too critical on it. I think
it'll be good.
I think it'll be good.
Hmm.
I think it'll be good. And as far as it being a straight match, there's going to be some mindfuckery. You have to have mindfuckery in this. So there's no way it'll just be straight match. There's going to be a mindfuck. The question is what it'll be.
As long as it don't be like
definitely
when he
be some-
fought John Cena. God, Jesus, that was horrible.
There will definitely be some fuckery. I don't know about mine, but it'll be
some
I
fuckery.
mean, the Cena one was bad, but I love the Braun one. So there's going to be some mindfuckery. It's just a question of where they decide to go with it. I just hope they go somewhere good with it and don't go the other route, because they've proven that they can go good with it. So I'm excited for that match. I don't think it'll be an F.
All right. What about Big E versus Akeem? I mean, Apollo Crews.
The game.
This is not
First he was Black Panther. Now he's Akeem, man.
Yeah. I don't know what
Eric,
Sami doing.
you gotta see Akeem, the African Dream, circa WrestleMania.
No. No, not that Akeem. No.
You gotta check out Akeem from like late 80s, early 1990s.
Oh God,
Akeem, the African Dream.
Dusty
Oh,
Rhodes
Lord.
wannabe.
Oh, I definitely gotta see it then.
He's about as good a dancer as Dusty was. And they
Look,
had a match.
Hey, I thought Dusty could get down. Wait a minute now.
This is Akeem can't.
Wait, hold on.
Akeem can't.
Dusty Rhodes, baby.
I'm
Hold
not
on
saying he's a
now.
great wrestler, but
You don't disrespect. You don't disrespect the legend now. Hold on.
yes, I can. I can disrespect the man in polka dots.
No. Wait a minute, Mr. Book. You may be the host of the Countdown podcast. But let me let you know something, Daddy.
Just like him.
Well, let me tell you something, Daddy. You created the sock master.
I don't like that they're dragging this out. I mean, I think Rob said it at Fastlane. Fastlane was like WrestleMania, the preview, because half of these fucking matches are on WrestleMania again, including this one. We've seen Big E beat Apollo three times now, and the way that last match ended was terrible. With the finish that we still don't know what happened, the terrible count, and then now we're gonna get this match. The only reason I could see them having Apollo go over is if whoever wins the Universal Championship is going to feud with Big E after. That's the only thing I could see.
So?
If that's what if he loses, so if he loses to Apollo, then I could see them, if not right after, but getting Big E ready to be in that title picture. But I don't think Apollo should win. This is a scenario where neither man can really lose. I like the gimmick that Apollo's doing. I think he should be feuding with somebody else and building him up. But WWE tends to do this thing where if you're a luchador and you wear a mask, you got to wrestle somebody else that's a luchador or in a mask. If you're black, you got to wrestle somebody else that's black. You know, it's ridiculous. And the only exception seems to be right now is Bobby Lashley and Drew. But how long was the Hurt Business feuding with New Day? How long was New Day feuding with Street Profits? It's so stupid. How long was Seth Rollins feuding with Rey Mysterio?
Unnecessarily long.
So yeah, I'm gonna say Big E wins, but I wouldn't be surprised if Apollo won.
There's something wrong with Apollo Crews. I mean, the guy's got talent, but for some odd reason, he's just shit. And this gimmick, it's better, but that last match was such shit that I just don't have any faith in this match. I want them to prove me wrong, but that last match was so abominable that I've already graded it an F. And on this, I'm not even joking. I wrote out my match card online, and I literally have already put an F for that match.
Wow.
That match is starting with an F because the previous one was so damn bad. So I don't have a lot of faith for this match. I just don't care. I just want Big E to get this match over with, get this feud over with, and move on. Just move on.
Well, I'm not going to punish Big E and Apollo for what they did at Fastlane, because as we all know, Fastlane was just a stopgap. None of those matches were serious. Everybody was mailing it in for the most part. I think they can put on a better match. I think it will be a better match. I do think Big E wins, but I like what they're doing with Apollo because at least they've given him something. I mean, they've given him some sort of gimmick that maybe he can run with. So we'll see after the match, but I do think Big E wins.
Hey Doc,
I
you
go with
Head and Shoulders to cure that.
Oh no, I'm not itching. I'm playing with I just like to
Hey, don't feel bad, Doc. All right, don't feel bad.
Jeez.
Oh man, I just like the way the new girl feel in there. I haven't picked it out. It's actually bigger.
I don't need you to be feeling good while you're doing the show. Just
no, listen. So this, I'm doing this. I like the new look Bulls. I'm flipping because the college game they killing Arkansas. But yeah, What match we talking about?
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
He threw me for a loop. Oh, Apollo. I don't
All
like
right.
it. I don't like it. I feel like I think they're gonna have Apollo Crews beat Big E. I want E to win, but I don't know, man. And I'm gonna be upset because I feel like his title reign should be longer. Unless, like you said, they're gonna put him in the
Have y'all ever looked up Apollo Crews? Like, Googled him?
Mm-mm.
I did once.
I dare one of y'all try to pronounce his real name.
Right. He really is African. He was born
Yeah,
in America, but both of his parents are full-blooded African.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Nigerian. Yeah,
Yep.
that's real. That's real. Okay. Okay. I understand why this match has to happen. I understand this is kind of a reaction to Charlotte having COVID, but I just wish that they would have done this a little different. I wish they would have made Rhea earn this spot. Talking Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. And I like the match. I'm not saying I don't like the match. I kind of thought this is where they would go. When you just have her come out and say, hey, you, me, WrestleMania. And Asuka just says, okay. Well, what the hell was stopping anybody else from doing it? What was stopping Naomi from coming out and saying the same thing? Dana Brooke, Mandy, Nia, or even Shayna. What was stopping them from saying, hey, you, me, WrestleMania? Now, I get it. It is real. But I just wish they would have did something like a gauntlet match. And then Rhea Ripley could have been a surprise final entrant. And she could have won. And then we would have at least something built up. Make it mean something. That's all I'm saying. When somebody just comes out and says, hey, I want that. Okay. It's just like last year when we knew that that's what the match they were gonna go when they did Roman and Goldberg, but it was like Roman just walked out and said, "Hey, I'm up next." Well, damn, what about everybody else? It's just a slap. To me, it's just just at least give the other women, especially when you're talking about the women's division, give those women the proper due. Yeah, they might not win, but if you never have an opportunity to show you have skill, when do you get a chance? You're not gonna get a Mania match. Can you at least put me on Raw?
Gotta think
That's all
about
I'm
it.
saying.
But besides Shayna Baszler, who else would you want to see in WrestleMania against Asuka? That's actually gonna give
Thank you. I don't want to see any of those chicks you just named.
unless it's Bayley, but that's not gonna happen.
No. I'm not saying any of those women would win. I'm not saying any of those women would be WrestleMania worthy. What I'm saying is make it mean something.
Got you. I got you.
You could have had Rhea come in as the first person in the gauntlet and run the fucking thing, and that would have made her look even stronger.
Got you. I get what you're saying now. Instead of just handing it to her.
Just hand it to her, yeah.
Well, I mean, hell, since we're here, I got that as the showstopper. To me, this could be the best match. You think about it, all the last however many pay-per-views since last year, the women always stole the show. And I think this one gonna steal it.
It has a potential to. Asuka's great. Rhea's great. I thought Rhea and Charlotte had the best match at Mania last year. So definitely possible. Rob, this your girl Asuka, so
Hey, me from Moscow, I say it all the time. You'll hear me say it again. Look, I like Rhea too, and I'm glad she's finally coming to the main roster to stay. I didn't like the way that the challenge happened with Asuka. I have a feeling that Charlotte suddenly leaving, they had to scramble to move things around. So maybe that's why they did it this way. It's the same thing Rhea did last year with Charlotte, which makes me believe that Rhea will win this time, because they can't have her come from NXT, step up to the main roster, challenge the champ, and lose 2 years in a row. That would just be bad for her character. They're calling her the Nightmare. They're trying to build her up. She's young. She's exciting. She's talented. So she's going to get over on Asuka. I feel bad for Asuka because Asuka has been the only thing on Raw, or one of the very few things on Raw, even worth watching for the past year. But they've booked her terribly. And now they're putting her in this spot where she's going to have to hand over the title to someone who is just now coming to the main roster. And, Book, you don't even watch NXT. And I wonder how people, like you who aren't regular NXT watchers, how they feel about Rhea Ripley just stepping up into a title match. It's one thing if she's been on the roster for a while, and but I wonder how people who don't watch NXT regularly feel about her stepping up and challenging us.
I think I have an answer. I think a lot of it has to do with, even though she doesn't look like the ordinary women's wrestler, a lot of guys find Rhea attractive.
Yes,
myself
sir.
included.
I am one.
I think everybody on this podcast included. So that has a lot to do with it. But we've also seen her do good work. So, go ahead.
Well, yeah, but we've seen her in NXT. But I just wonder how many people who are going to watch WrestleMania actually watch NXT on a regular basis and are familiar with her.
True. I get what you're saying.
But she's still more deserving than, and I'm sorry, if you're talking people like Naomi, I'm sorry, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, I like all of them, but they're not worthy of being a WrestleMania opponent for Asuka. They're just not. And with Lacey getting pregnant, Charlotte missing time, they've just had to scramble to make a match. And so this is what they did. I think it'll be good, but I wish there was more story behind it.
Look.
Oh, come on. I mean, Naomi, yeah, maybe that'd be decent. Mandy Rose, she can't even friggin' wrestle. So it's much better that it's Rhea Ripley, and damn it, the woman deserves to win it. I am solidly rooting for Rhea Ripley. I like Asuka, but it's time to get the belt off of her. She is the superstar talent who has been booked grievously bad, and unfortunately, that belt is not meaning shit as long as she has it. And it's a damn shame because that belt should be meaning a whole lot more than it's meaning. And it's because of that damn booking. They have booked her badly, and that just reeks of Vince McMahon. It's just time for that belt to go. It's time for the belt to get off Asuka. She's had a long reign. She's a great wrestler. Those of us who know the business know that she's a great wrestler despite the booking. But it's Rhea's time. It's definitely Rhea's time. She had arguably the best match WrestleMania last year, both nights. So it's so time for Rhea. Sorry, Asuka, but the belt's got to go. And the rest of the women, I'm sorry, none of you are at this level to deserve that match, especially Mandy Rose. Sorry, I know you like her, Eric, but that chick is a diva era wrestler.
I'll say one thing. I'll say just one thing real quickly. I do think WWE missed out on an opportunity with the whole episode between Shayna and Asuka where she kicked out her tooth. I think that was an opportunity to take a real story and build it to a match at Mania, and that would have been good for Shayna. So I think that's a missed opportunity.
It'd have been good for Shayna, but she's obviously not ready for WrestleMania.
That is on the money, Rob. You are right on the money. You are so on the money. Back in the day, they would have took that and ran with it. Just like the incident that happened with Becky and Nia. When Nia, ruined that Ronda match, we got a solid match with Ronda and Charlotte. But Becky got her payback. She got that receipt for sure later on. A few months later.
Yeah, Shayna's just not ready for that. Plus, she's got the whole Nia Jack thing. We'd have to deal with Nia Jack and
Reggie.
Well, but like Rob said though, it was one of those things that happened, and you can kind of either you're gonna go with it or you're not, and they didn't go with it. It's just like Kofi Mania. Either you can go with it or you don't. So they didn't go with it. Maybe they should have. It definitely would have been a more authentic match, and it would have made sense than calling this. It is clearly an audible, pulling up Rhea. I think Rhea wasn't going to debut until after Mania, but because of Charlotte getting COVID, they had to do something. And I'm actually agreeing with Book. I don't think Asuka's going to walk out of Mania with that belt, because let's just go back to what the Inside Man said. She hasn't defended that title since Selena Vega. And she's been out the company how long now?
Again, that
Just
booking.
saying.
That booking has just been
It's
bad.
not Asuka's fault.
Nope.
I'm just saying.
That damn booking.
See,
It
that's
is what
my
it is.
that's my worry about Rhea coming up. That they're gonna get her, she's gonna win the championship, and then they're gonna kill her character. Like, they don't book anybody right. So I don't know, man. That's my only coming up.
I think with Vince though, with the Asuka thing, because we've heard Vince say things like this with Cesaro, the language issue, which shouldn't be an issue, but for Vince, it clearly is some level of an issue.
Wow.
And with Asuka, the language is a serious type of a thing because, but I mean, I don't care. She wrestles. Who cares? But she wrestles, so who cares? But for Vince, he obviously cares about that. Rhea, you don't have to worry about that.
Asuka can speak in her native tongue, and nobody knows what she's saying, but you'll know what she's saying.
Yeah. It's insane too.
She has a way of doing it in a way, in her body language is telling you what she's saying. Exactly. I don't need to know.
But Vince does. And unfortunately, at this time, it's his opinion that matters the most. Because he isn't going to listen to us.
His opinion matters most.
He isn't going to listen to us, evidently. So.
But, okay, so we got 2 more matches. I don't even want to talk about this shit because I can't stand one of the guys.
Okay.
Riddle versus Sheamus for the United States Championship. Oh, Sheamus bro kicks his fucking head off. And that's all I got to say.
Oh, boy, slow down.
I'm with you,
That's all I got.
Unfortunately, I think Riddle wins, though. I don't like that gimmick. I think he needs to become a more serious character now that he's a champion. But look, he is what he is. The fans like it, so they're going to keep it.
All I can say is, brah. I like Riddle. I like Riddle. I like him. So I hope Riddle wins. He's not a serious guy. This is who Riddle is. He is a goofball. If you watched him in UFC, he's goofy. This is just who he is. This is the best gimmick for him, and it's clearly over. So changing it would be a big mistake. Keep that gimmick going. Yes, it's goofy, but it works. Sometimes it just works, and it works for Riddle. So I hope Riddle wins. I like Riddle. And again, brah.
Well, you like the Miz, so I'm not even paying you no mind. Go ahead.
Miz is a two-time WWE champion.
Two-time WWE champion. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead on, man.
I like Riddle too. I would man see me a bro Derek. Yeah, man. It's I think it's gonna be a great match though. Sheamus, I don't know, man. I just think it's gonna be a freaking good match.
Can you go wash your head?
I'm not itching, bro. I'm just playing with it. I'm sorry, I quit, man.
That shit is bothering me.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I put my hands right here. So yeah, man, I think Riddle and Sheamus is gonna be a great match. I think it's gonna be hard hitting. I think it's gonna be a good match. But I would this WrestleMania some blood. I haven't seen blood in a long time.
Yeah, well, you look like the Riddler rocking that green shirt. Okay, Last but not least, we all knew this was gonna happen. Oh, I'm sorry.
Isn't there another
There's
match?
one more match. Yeah, there's another match. Damn it. I hate. Yeah.
I
Real
understand.
quick.
I understand.
Real quick. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
What did he call me?
It I look, I guess they needed something to do. Kevin Owens clearly gonna win that match. Those two have a long history. I guess they haven't had a Mania match yet, so they just figured, hey, neither one of y'all have anything to do. Why don't we do it this year? Sure, okay. No build up, no nothing. Just hey, whatever. KO's gonna win decisively.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn looks like a poor, broke down used car salesman. He's in shape. Go look at Sami Zayn at NXT. When he was in NXT, he is ripped to the bone. Look at him now. He looks his saggy ass chest. His arms have no definition. He does not look like an athlete at all. And then he's got this lumberjack beard with the military outfit on. He's like a fucking clown. Okay.
Point. That's the point.
So harsh, man. Just
He's supposed to be
Sorry,
a clown.
I had to get that out. No. He was a first class wrestler. If you haven't seen the match with him and Cesaro in NXT, oh, that was a classic match.
He's not that
That ain't the
character.
Sami Zayn. That ain't the Sami Zayn we got now.
Because he's not that character. That's not who Sammy's character is.
Yeah, well, he should have stayed that way. Anyway, Doc, go ahead. Just
oh no, don't
everybody
call.
just go. 'Cause,
I ain't got nothing to say next.
okay, Rob.
I don't want to spend a lot of time on this one. To me, this has pre-show written all over it. Owens wins in a worthless, meaningless match.
Owen should win. But I do like Sammy. Sammy does kind of make me giggle sometimes. But I do have a question. I mean, this is definitely a pre-show match, but I do have a question. Are they doing the Andre the Giant Memorial this WrestleMania?
I don't
They
think
are.
so.
From what I read on CBS Sports, they're doing a male and female battle royal this year.
Oh, male and
Why?
female. Okay. I was wondering if they were going to
Why?
do one. Well, there you go. So you can have Naomi and Mandy Rose and
No, I'd rather you just not be on the card at all.
there you get that. Well, I didn't know they were going to do a women's one either, but
Hello, it's a pandemic, COVID. I mean, 2 people in the ring, maybe 3 at the most. Okay, fine. You're talking 30 people in the fucking ring. And then they're going to have a spike in COVID cases.
Well, what I read is that they're testing fans. They're getting their temperatures taken before they're admitted. Obviously, they're going to test the wrestlers. Now, we know that the symptoms can sit dormant. They can be tested, but and test negative, but they could still be there. But obviously, they feel like and maybe they're vaccinating all these people. Who knows? I don't think they'd do it if they felt like there was a lot of risk.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right, moving on to the main event that we thought was going to be one-on-one, but now, as we all predicted, is a triple threat. It is Edge versus Roman versus Daniel Bryan for the Universal Championship. I don't like it. I don't like the addition of Daniel Bryan. This should have been one-on-one. Maybe they're nervous about Edge. He doesn't wrestle full time. He didn't look that great versus Jay a few weeks ago, but I just would have felt more passionate about the match if it was one-on-one. It will be a better match if Daniel Bryan is in the match, and it will add something to it. And it is a way, should they want to take the belt off Roman, for Edge to pin Bryan and Roman to still look strong. I didn't lose. Yada, yada, yada. We've seen it before. No. I need the big dog to be a big dog and big dog both of these jabronis and spear both of their ass out the fucking boots. I need Roman to be the head of the table. I don't want to hear about the shit. be the head of the table, whoop their ass, and walk out Universal Champion. Period. End of story. Rob, go.
Big E, I'm with you. I want to see Roman win, but man, inserting Daniel into this makes me nervous because now Roman could lose and not even get pinned. So you have Roman able to continue to be the heel saying, well, you know, I lost my title and I didn't get beat. So I could see them putting this on either Daniel or Edge. I really could. If it were just Edge versus Roman one-on-one, I would say Roman wins. But now, it's not going to shock me if Roman loses without being pinned.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
I lost interest. When it was just gonna be Edge and Roman, I was like, cool, okay. They gonna battle it out like he did with Randy. But now that Daniel Bryan's a part of it, I feel like it's kind of taken away from the moment. So, but I feel like could have been maybe a high B match, might be like a middle C.
The dichotomy of the match definitely got ruined a little bit and changed with Daniel Bryan getting thrown in, which I said was going to happen. But I agree with you, DaReal Big E. Roman needs to win this match. I do not want to see part-timer Edge win it, and I like Edge. I don't want to see little Daniel Bryan win it either.
Little Danny.
It's got to be. I don't need to see Danny Boy win it. It's got to be Roman. The big dog has got to be the big dog and end this, leaving Mania with the belt. Not only do I need to see him win, I kind of hope that he shows up with brand new music at Mania.
Please.
We need
That's
this
the
has
plan.
got
That's
this
the
is
plan.
we've got to see new music with Roman. I'm kind of sick and tired of seeing the pant thing. I just want to see the full package of Roman at Mania, the full evil big dog show up. That's what we need. That's who needs to win the belt. If that Roman does not show up, then it's Daniel Bryan that's going to win. But I agree. Roman, I think, needs this far more than Edge. I don't think Daniel Bryan needs it. Roman needs this. Give Roman the damn thing.
And no Jey Uso interference, please.
Yes, no Jay. Somebody, hopefully he has an injury. Hopefully he gets injured before the match starts. Show Edge spearing him or something through some plate glass or something.
You know what?
I'm actually gonna predict that not only Jay, but Jimmy will get involved too.
If any of the Usos get involved, I'm throwing this out now. It's a fucking F. If one of them gets involved in that match, it's just an F. Automatic.
I can go with that.
I'm not going to tolerate. I'm not going to tolerate. That'll be an instant F.
As long as Roman walks out champ, I'm good.
Roman does not need Jay. It just holds him down.
He
doesn't need him. He doesn't need.
He doesn't.
You ain't the head of the table when you got some bitch sucking your dick under that table. And it's Jay.
Oh my God.
Look, honestly, the way it ended last week, I was like, they're gonna add Jay to this match. That was my thinking. I was like, please don't add him to this. It's gonna be a fatal 4-way. Even though I think that'll be a pretty good match. Yeah.
Thank God they didn't do that either.
Well, it's gonna be interesting. I think night 2 is gonna be the more interesting night because of for the Bray Wyatt match alone. I think that's gonna make it more interesting. Oh man, I can't imagine being there in person. Whether it's gonna be cinematic, and have to watch it on the screen, or it's gonna be in the ring right in front of you. All the smoke and mirrors with Bray. I just don't know. So I guess I'll have to wait and see. This will be, like I said, a history-making event, not just for WWE, but for 3GW. And we will be live streaming on YouTube YouTube for sure. We're gonna try to align it with Facebook as well, and we'll be streaming that podcast live immediately after WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. Night 2 will have full panel. Night 1 will myself, Book, and Rob will be here, and with tentatively the other two participants via Zoom. So that is what's on the slate. We also have NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. At this point, I think it's going to be just myself and Rob, unless Doc, you plan on watching. That will be one episode after Night 2. We will cover both Night 1 and Night 2 in one show. We will not be covering the Hall of Fame.
Praise God.
It just is what it is. You know the entrance. That's all you need to know. Yes, that's what we got coming up. If you so happen to have missed Fastlane and do not wish to watch it, you can listen to our review on Third Generation Wrestling Podcast. You can listen to us on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. Make sure you check out our social media pages on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Third Generation Wrestling Podcast, or on Twitter at podcast_third. Let's see. That's pretty much what we got going on. There will be a WrestleMania retrospective coming up. That is the next show. And after that, we will begin with the WrestleMania festivities, kicking off with NXT TakeOver. Ambassador, take it away.
Always want to thank the listeners. We appreciate y'all. Let's hear from you. Let's get some show ideas.
Yep. And make sure you all stay safe out there. Get the vaccine if you can. We implore you all to do whatever you can and stay safe. And let's beat coronavirus, COVID-19, and get back to life as we know it. Book, Doc, thank you all for coming on. And we look forward to having you guys on for WrestleMania and TakeOver. It's going to be great. It's going to be a good time. Can't wait. And thank you all for listening. Like Rob said, we'll speak to you all again next week for our WrestleMania retrospective. Take care.